You know, there's nothing like a woman scorned, is there? You know what I'm saying, chums? And what we all enjoy, of course, is watching somebody who feels they're a great sort of manipulator, an entrepreneur, the one that sort of moves with the movers and shakers. We're talking, of course, about Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, and her inability to seemingly hit it right on so many different occasions. This time around, though, here's the thing. She let this picture be slipped out of this apparently cosy tete-a-tete, right? Which nobody else knew about. But once again, the world knows, all thanks to the fact that Meghan likes to slip these things out via, well, photographers and of course her Instagram account. As ever, let me explain. Morning, chums, nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining me today. Yes, there is a horse behind me. I'm not doing John Wayne impressions, just in case you're wondering. And no, they are his own teeth, they're not mine, I'm just letting you know. But what's interesting, yes, you see, in the countryside, we take you around on this show. You see, you can see so many wonderful things, can't you? Absolutely. Yes, yes, it's lovely to share, isn't it? Be feeling well, whatever you're doing today. Welcome one and all brand new subscribers. Nice to have your company. You know, we all know, don't we, that Meghan Markle is as transparent as tissue paper. I mean, you know, the bottom line with her is nothing is to chance. Everything's put out there so that you can see it first and you can get an idea exactly what she's up to. It's interesting, isn't it, the way that she's just dumped everything, like the wine, the jams and all of that. That was a passion. After all, jam was a thing, she told you at the start of this year. Suddenly jam's not making any money, Harry's not bringing too much in, so she's, well, trying her very best to push herself back up there in the bigger scale of things. One of the problems that Meghan has had, right, which is a rather serious problem, is the fact that Netflix have found a brand new star in the British lady, that is Lady Victoria Beckham, right? And the thing about Lady Victoria Beckham is she's not trying too hard. People are interested in her, the fashion empire, that sort of stuff. And more importantly, she's just relatable. And the thing is, everybody, and I'm not being unkind when I say this about Meghan, but everybody knows that you were never really that interested in this sort of stuff, but you're trying to get that going. That was an idea. According to Meghan, it's never her fault, of course. It was somebody at Netflix that said, you know, after sending those pots of jam, here's an idea that you could develop. Right, well, you know, apparently nobody ever knew she made jam. In the whole period that she was in the monarchy, no chef ever spoke to her about homemade delicacies or anything like that. So it's amazing how Meghan suddenly concocts these ideas. This picture tells you everything that you need to know about exactly how Meghan and her team right now are concocting this level of comeback. This is the new editor, Chloe Malley of US Vogue. And what's interesting about this particular lady is that she is a go-getter, and rightly so. This is a big chance. This is a moment to shine in the glossy magazine world, sort of taken over from Anna Nuclear Wintour, as she's known, and more importantly, you know, looking for a name to launch the magazine. As you know, Meghan was on that special edition of British Vogue a few years back when Edward Enninful, that was it. He was the man that behind that. And then this sort of fell out a little bit and it's a bit tetchy now. But of course, last week we saw that Anna Wintour decided once again to embrace Meghan, and this is only for two reasons really. It's about sales. You see, to talk about Meghan's Vogue magazine being the most successful edition ever, rubbish. In my studio, the magazines were left rotting. Nobody wants to take them, they're too heavy, but what they do with these glossy mags, including Vanity Fair and all the rest of them, right, Vanity Fair, you give them away for complimentary copies to all these big offices, and the bottom line is people can take them for free. That counts as distribution and a sale, right? So go figure that out. Chloe and Meghan apparently are concocting something together. And ideally, Meghan's only interested in one thing, talking about herself, naturally. Secondly, she wants the front cover because she wants to be the person who's been on British Vogue and then, of course, on the front cover of American Vogue. Why does she want this? Well, according to sources, it's quite simple, really. American Vogue behind the scenes are also talking to the very successful singer, songwriter, and, of course, performer, Taylor Swift. Apparently they're going to have a chat with her about them being the sort of big connection for the glossy wedding to Travis Kelce. Now, if Meghan could get on the front cover first, it looks, of course, like Taylor Swift is picking up slops. Do you get the picture? And that's really how show business works. But more importantly, Condé Nast and, of course, Vogue, which are partners hand in hand, they own each other, they need sales. Now, let's be honest. Vanity Fair recently claimed that if you put Melania Trump on the front, apparently staff were going to walk out. So is Meghan Markle a bigger seller than perhaps the First Lady of the United States? What do you think, ladies out there? I would love to know. That is the plan. That's what's concocting behind the scenes. Neil Sean in the very heart of the United Kingdom.